Hey everybody, this is Leanne from Atlas. If you've been following along with the last month or so of videos, we've been talking about aging healthfully and some effects that aging has on your tissues, and then also some ways that you can kind of mitigate those changes as you age. And today I wanted to talk about good work habits. So we hear over and over again, especially from our older employees, that they wish that they had done things the right way when they were younger. And so I wanted to kind of recommend that you all do that and talk about some particular things that can make a big difference. So the first thing is that, creating good work habits from the beginning is obviously much easier than having to unlearn your bad habits and kind of restarting. And so you want to start having good work habits as early as possible, because the longer that you do something one way, the harder it's going to be to kind of counteract that and reverse. So the big thing is making sure that you use really good form whenever you're doing a task. And that can be lifting heavy items, that can be driving in your seat or working at your desk, but you want to do what you're doing the best way that you can. So when you're lifting, especially heavy items, you want to use your legs and keep your head up. When your head is down, you're going to naturally round your back over, and that can be really hard on your spine and the discs. And so you want to keep that back nice and flat, keep your head up, and lift with your legs. You want to avoid twisting. The way that I always remind people to do that is to keep your nose between your toes, and that way you'll know that you're not twisting just through your back. So you want to kind of turn your feet to face the way that you need to move the item to. You want to keep the load close to the body. So if I'm holding something way out in front of me, that's a lot more work for my body than if I'm holding it nice and tight to my body. And then you want to lift with your palms up towards the ceiling. So instead of lifting or gripping something palm down, you want to flip your hands underneath something or to the side so your thumbs are up towards the ceiling. The big thing is just avoiding that palm down lifting. And then the last thing is that you want to keep your elbows in. So I want to grab something, use my legs, I want to keep it close, I want to keep my elbows in, my palms up, and then I want to turn my toes to face wherever I'm putting the item. Another big advice that I recommend to people is to use the tools that you have to do the work. So if you have, a lot of something to be doing and you need to get it done quickly, instead of trying to do that with manual tools, use a power tool if you have it. Obviously be safe and use it appropriately, but use whatever you have to do a task instead of making your body do the work. The next thing is to take the time to set up your workstation. And that means working at the right height, which is about waist height or elbow height when you're standing. You want to move things as close as you can so that they're within easy reach. You don't have to bend forward really far to reach them. You want to take the time to set your desk up properly and have things within a reach. You want to take the time to set up your driver's seat correctly. Take the time to set your workstation up. You're going to be there for 8 hours, 10 hours a day, and you want it to be as comfortable for you as you possibly can. The next thing is to use proper safety equipment. That includes goggles, knee pads, high-vis wear, helmet if needed, or steel-toed shoes. But you want to make sure that you're using those safety equipment every single time, because you never know when you're going to need it, and it could always be that one time that you're not wearing it. And the last big takeaway is, a lot of the times we hear that, oh, I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal, so I just grabbed it and did it, and then, my back really hurt afterwards. So you want to make sure that you're using really good form every single time you're doing something, because just those little things over and over and over again for decades can really add up and have kind of systemic or kind of combining effects on your body. And you might not realize it until it's a little bit too late to kind of fix those habits. So do it right every time, and that way you'll prevent injuries in the future. Hope that helps. If you guys have any questions, or you have something that's been bothering you, or you need help figuring out the right way to do something, let us know. We'd love to help.